My name is Sanjay Sundaram. I live in New Jersey in the US. Sometime during October, November last year, 2018, I decided to sell my property in Chennai, and I was looking for a reliable realtor to get the job done. While I was looking around, one of my close relatives recommended Mr. Chandrasekharan of Hanu Reddy Realty. And he said that he had heard good things about him, especially for people living in the community where I was interested in selling my property. He had recently sold one for someone who was known to my relative. So, keeping that in view, I got in touch with Mr. Chandrasekharan and asked him a few questions about how to go about the whole process. So, right from that first conversation, I was very impressed with the way he gave me all the necessary information, and I also had a lot of questions, and he patiently and diligently answered everything to my satisfaction. After that, very soon on 1st of December of 2018, I signed up with the Hanu Reddy Realty to take care of the sale of my property. And from that moment on, it has been a really good experience in me dealing with Mr. Chandrasekharan. First of all, he went to the property, he inspected it, and gave me very valuable advice in what all needs to be done in order to make it more attractive. And not only that, he even followed up and checked to ensure that it is to his satisfaction. And then came the process of finding a buyer. And even every time a buyer would come, all that he would do is he would pass on the information to me and give me the pros and cons, but never ever put any pressure or tried to pitch unnecessarily. He just gave the necessary information and left the decision to me. And I found that very comfortable dealing with him. His patience, his knowledge, and his advice was very valuable. So in the process of doing that, I found a suitable buyer. And once the buyer was identified, then he went into full sale mode by starting the process of getting all the documentation which is necessary. It's a very, very laborious and tedious process, but it was wonderful working with him because he's a man with a lot of patience. He is very thorough, very professional in the way he goes about getting all these documents. And not only does he keep you up to date step by step, but he also makes sure that he scans and sends all those documents that he has gathered so that you can have a record of it, and you know that he's just not talking about it, but the job is actually done when you can see it in black and white. So that's what happened over a period of a month or two. And finally, when everything was set, we fixed a date for me to travel to Chennai and execute the sale deed. Now, since I live in the US and I have a lot of commitments here, I was able to give Mr. Chandrasekharan only a very, very narrow window when I would be available to travel. And that was not easy for him because there are so many, it's a complex process. And to be able to swing it and get the job done in that particular window was very, very tough. But he somehow managed to work both the buyer and me and the whole thing, and managed to set it up at the right time for me to go and travel to Chennai just for about a week and get the whole thing done. And I also have to say that during the actual sale process, when we were at the registrar's office, he was always by my side, constantly guiding me, very, very, very prepared for the whole process with all the documentation and whatever was required. And a tough process became very simple just because he was with me. On the whole, I'd like to say that Mr. Chandrasekharan is an excellent brand ambassador for Hanu Reddy Realty, and I'll be definitely recommending his services to all my friends and relatives in the US who have some property issues in India, who would like to buy or sell property or anything else related to property, because this was a wonderful experience. And I wish Mr. Chandrasekharan all the very best. I wish him good health, a lot of success, and thank you once again for a great job done. That's fine.